Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast. Hello, 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 hello. It is wonderful connecting with you, wonderful saying hi, hello, how do you do? What is happening with you? Blessings, 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 and more blessings. I speak unto you for those of you who will be live. Yes, 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 let's do it. Those of you who will hashtag and replay it, I love it. Those who will be on and I don't know you on and I might not never know you on, I could appreciate that. And for those who will be used by Papa at some point down the road to encourage this girl. All right, let's make it do what it do. Let's make it do what it do. Let's make it do what it do. I am super excited about um, life, about life, and the blessings of life. All right, all right, all right, all right. I just got up, y'all. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Stayed up talking late last night. I don't know what time I went to bed, but I know it was later than I usually do. So, anyhow, what was I going to say? Hey, cousin. Happy Friday to you. Good morning. Good morning. So we've been talking about change all week, about this notion of difference, and that is inevitable. It's coming. No use in bemoaning it. No sense in having a problem with it. No, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't benefit us to, you know, to try to push it away, right? To try to make it be something else, because change is going to happen. What if, though? What if you planned for your change, though? What if you were intentional? What if you decided what you wanted your change to be? What if you decided that, you wanted your change to be a particular way? What would it be like to put those things in place and to mm, um, to put those things in place and to what was I going to say? And to plan for the change, right? What would it be like to um, to make those things intentional, where you decide that you want to um, um, yeah, decide what it looks like. Right? Instead of being haphazard, right? Instead of being haphazard about the change, instead of just sitting around, because change is coming, right? It's coming. We don't get to decide whether or not change come, but we can decide in some ways what our change will look like. What if we took that approach, that I know that I want to change this particular thing in my life, and I know that I want to change that particular thing in my life, right? What if we made those decisions in advance? Since change is always going to be a part of our life, we can decide, so in some ways, what the change will be, right? We could decide what the change will be. We can decide um, what that looks like, right? What that looks like, what the possibilities are. right? As far as, yeah, as far as what that's going to be, right? And so if you decide, you and I decide what change, what potential, what possibility, what if we decide that, then we're not we're not a victim, if you will, to the change. We're not at risk to the change. Yeah, right. It's not haphazard. We're not just a bystander to change. We are the orchestrator. Thank you for your love. We are the orchestrator of the change. We're the initiator of the change. Do you see? Because change is coming, and there's some, and we don't necessarily get to say what changes and what doesn't change in a larger sense, but in the smaller sense, as it relates to ourselves, we do. Do you see? In the smaller sense, as it relates to ourselves, we do get to decide something. So, what if you decide, look, we got basically 2 months left in this year? Two. Okay. Two. November. November day, December day. That's it. November and December is what we got left. So, with that being the case, what if you decide, I want this to change for November, this to change in December, or I want this change to happen before the year is over, or set yourself up for the change you want for 2026. But we get to decide. That's the point I'm making. Like, we don't have to sit around and wait for change to come, because it's gonna come. Because change gonna come, y'all. So we can just say, okay, I'm going to embrace it, and I'm gonna leverage it and make it work for me. I'm gonna embrace it and make it work for me. Gonna leverage change. I'm gonna leverage change. I'm gonna make it work for my benefit. Right? You get to decide that. And so when you look at this idea of change, right? When you look at it, then hey Tanya, good morning, honey. Love you back. Right? We get to decide, I'm going to change in this way. I'm going to change in this way. I'm going to change in this way. And this could benefit me. We get to plan our change, right? We don't have to sit around and wait or wish or hope, right? You get to plan, anticipate, lean into, and execute the change that you want for yourself. We get to decide that I'm going to change. I'm going to drink more water. I'm going to walk more often. I'm going to connect with loved ones more often. I'm going to read more, right? I'm going to be in meditation and prayer more. I'm going to, do you see? We get to decide, or less. We can talk about what we're going to do less. Hey, Erica. Good morning, honey bun. Love you back. We get to decide what we're going to do less of. More of something, less of something. We get to decide that we're going to do some things quicker. I'm going to recover quicker. I'm going to respond slower. Whatever it is, whatever we decide, I'm going to be free of this thing. Hey, Frank, I'm going to watch you more. Oh, hey there. Thank you. Thank you. See, there's some change right there. We get to decide what things will be different for us. And so that's what stops us in some situations from like not being a victim, because there's some things that happen to us that we don't get to determine. I mean, it's a part of life, and so it happens to us. But we do get to decide, from that point forward, how we will respond to something, right? And so I decide that my responses are going to be life giving to me. Life giving to me. It's why I don't cut up with people who cutting up, because my cut up is not life giving to me, right? Like, it might feel good to my ego, but is it good for me? It matters to me what kind of energy I engage. It does. It matters to me. So if we were to talk about, oh, what's his name? He was a brilliant scientist, and he mapped out emotions on a scale, and he put like energy or frequency to emotions. And it's arbitrary because it's a number he made up, but we measure things. It's numbers we made up, so it's not like he did something that was unusual. But at any rate, if you were to look at his Hawkins is his last name, brilliant scientist. Anyway, he talked about like the lower frequency emotions, things like grief and bitterness, and so those are on the lower end of the scale, right? So think about it. When we're in those emotional states where it's heavier, it's more difficult to do stuff. We don't have as much energy. But when we're in things like um love and acceptance and um things like that, right, we've got much more energy available to us, right? Happiness, right? We just have so much more energy. So the point that I'm making is this. So that's a tool, like I've internalized that tool, and I use that for my day to day. So that's when somebody else is frustrated and angry and bitter and this, that, and the other, and I cross their paths, I guard, right? I guard my spirit, right? I guard my energy because I don't want to match that. Do you see? I have no intention of matching that because it matters to me what my insides feel like. It matters to me where my thoughts are. It matters to me what I focus on. And so I'm just not willing, right, to be pulled into that space, to their space. I'd invite them over to mine, but they get to choose. They get to choose what they do. But I'm not willing. And so we can decide that we're not going to be hooked into other people's, you know, things. We get to decide that. Um, Now, if somebody coming in my space and they in high frequency emotional, right? I join them. I'm like, ooh, let me see what they got. I want some of what they got. Right? Okay. All right. I see you. Because life is so precious. Why not? Why not? Life is way too precious to major on what isn't working and who shot John. It's way too precious. And so I'm going to maximize it. I'm going to milk it for everything I can milk it for, y'all. I'm going to get everything I can out of it because we better. It's our opportunity to maximize our breath, right? Our ability to process, to think, to consider, to make executive decisions, right? We are blessed beyond measure to be able to do these things. And I, for one, am grateful. I am grateful, 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 grateful. So when we think about these things, what's your change that you want to be intentional about? We've got 2 more months in this year. Blessing, 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 blessing. Or, now is the time to actually start thinking about, kind of reviewing what was this year like for you, right? What was the change like for you that you experienced? What was your year like? What do you want to take into year 26? What do you want to leave in 25? I'm leaving in 25, not taking in 26. What do you want to do? So as we think about those things, beloved, as we think about those things, be sure to be sure to give it energy, because only you can do it. Can nobody change you? Nobody can change you. Nobody can force your change. Not for real. Not for real. Like, people can put pressure on us, and we can do things because of the risk or the cost of not doing them. But that doesn't mean we've changed. It just means that we are adapting for the moment, right? That we are adapting to the pressure of a thing. But the minute, or responding to the pressure. But if we haven't really changed, the minute the pressure is gone, we revert back to. So that's not change. That is adapting. It's a better word for it, but I can't think of it, right? Anyway, beloved, hey, I love you. I appreciate you. I value you. And at the moment that Abba gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished, we gave up the right to not be amazing. Have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic weekend. And I will see you on Monday morning. Bye bye for now.